Hello friends, my name is Radha Masood. Today we'll discuss about a topic, project. What is project? Friend, I think the project is topic. Project is the most important topic in project management, and we have taken this topic from PMBOK Project Management Body of Knowledge, and we will see this topic in detail today. Uh, Friend, if you are studying project management in university or you are planning to give exam of PMP, so with respect to exam point of view, there are several questions will be there in the exam, either it's a PMP exam or either it's a project management exam at university, which are directly related to the concept of project or project definitions. Secondly, friend, as a project manager, if you are already working somewhere, so as a project manager, you must have to know the definition of project, how to implement a project, and what are the criteria at which we can consider a project as successful. So friend, let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell option as well so that my new videos can reach to you. So let's start. What is a project, friend? Friend, as per the definition of PMBOK, Project Management Body of Knowledge, project is a temporary thing which has a beginning and ending point, and it gives you a unique output, product or service. That is called as the main definition of a project. So first thing is temporary, second thing is unique. Okay, so project is a temporary thing which has a beginning and ending point, and it gives you a unique output, product, service or result. What does that mean, friend? For example, just take an example like you want to implement an e-commerce solution for a customer, and you have to deliver that project within 4 months. Okay, after 4 months the project will finish, no more resources will be working there on that project, no more budget will be available, and no more resources will be assigned on that project. So after 4 months the project will finish and there will be no more activities on that project. So it's an example of a project. Remember friend, one thing, that project can never be ever be an ongoing activity. For example, just take an example here. The building of a flyover in a city is an example of project. Why? Because for example, we have to complete a project flyover within 1 year. After 1 year, the development and flyover will finish, and after 1 year, no more working will be there on the flyover. So it's an example of a project. Just take another example. Can we say that the manufacturing of chair in a in a in a factory is an example of a project? Can we say yes or no? No, we cannot say that manufacturing of chairs in a factory is a project. Why? Because it's an ongoing activity, and also it's not unique. So due to that reason, uniqueness, we always say that uniqueness is the most important factor in a project, and second thing is temporary. Why we are not saying that the manufacturing of chair is an ongoing activity, it's an operational work and it is not a project? Why? Because see friend, whenever we are producing chair, it is similar work, it is not a unique. Remember one thing, that due to the uniqueness of a project, the reason why projects are always very difficult to implement as compared to the operational work is that due to that its uniqueness, it's unique, like we have never worked like that before. Whenever we are implementing a project, it's every each and every project is unique, like it can never ever be happen in before. Due to that reason we say that it's a unique. Like for example, if we are implementing e-commerce solution, so every implementation of e-commerce solution is a unique thing. Every implementation of a mobile application is a unique thing. Every building is unique, every flyover is unique, every house is unique. So due to that reason, due to its uniqueness, first thing, and the other reason is temporary. So remember one thing, whenever we talk about the definition of project is always temporary, it always unique. The operational work is not unique and it is not also not temporary. So these are the two differences temporary and unique, which creates a difference of project with the operational work. Now, what are the characteristics of our project? Every project has a starting and ending point. Uh, then project always creates something new. Why? Because it is unique. It always give you a unique output, product or service. Project has some boundaries as well. Boundaries means, friend, like it has some particular scope, it has some particular budget, it has particular time. Like every implementation of project has few constraint or limitations or boundaries. What are those boundaries? Those boundaries are scope, time, cost, and the resources. Like for example, e-commerce implementation should have to be completed within 4 months and with 5 resources. We cannot give more than 5 resources. These are the boundaries. If for example you want that 10 resources should be available, however it is not possible for you, and you must have to complete the project with the 5 resources. So this is your boundaries. You must have to implement the project with only the scope boundaries, that you will on the customer can do the payment only through the credit card. The debit card will not be available. So this is your boundary. A project is not as business as usual. Business as usual mean it is not an operational work, it is not an ongoing work. It is always a unique thing. It always give you a unique output, product and service. So project is not a business as usual. Remember friend one thing. Now we can talk about in detail about boundaries of project. What are the those boundaries which we are referring? First of all, whenever we start a project, it should have a specific scope of work. Scope of work means that what the agreement with the customer, that what we needs to be done, what we are going to deliver actually. These things should be clearly defined in the scope of work. Then the project schedule. Schedule means friend the delivery time. Like for example, we have to implement the project within 4 months. We have to complete the delivery of a flyover within 1 year. So all those things are the schedule. Schedule means the delivery time basically. Cost is also very important. Like every project need a budget. Like if you are going to implement a mobile application, so you need funds basically, you need budget. So someone should be there in an organization who will provide you the cost, or you can say the budget for the implementation. Once you have the budget, so budget is also very important boundary of a project. Like you know that if you have a $5,000 budget for any particular project, let's say, so you are 100% confident that you can deliver the project with very good quality. However, due to some constraints, you can only get for example, you can only get $3,000 budget due to some limitations or due to some boundaries. So the very important and very basic constraint or boundary of a project is cost. Then people or resources. Every project has a limitation about resources. Like if you are implementing e-commerce solution, you must have to complete the project with 5 resources. You need 8 resources. However, there are some constraint in the organization, and the management will not allow you to use 8 resources. You must have to complete the project with 5 resources. So people or resources are similar thing. So friend, these are the boundaries of a project, and which we must have to consider whenever we are implementing project. A few of the example we can talk about. Example of project, like building of a house is a project. Why? Because we have to start a house, building of house at some time, and after some time the construction of house will finish, and it is a unique thing. Implementation of a mobile application is also another example of like for example, any bank needs a mobile application through which they can transfer fund transfer or IBFT they can do. So this is another example of implementation of mobile application. Introduction of new process in an organization, like this is also another example of a project. Building of flyover in a city is also a very good example of a project. and implementation of a software e-commerce solution is another example of a project. So friend, thanks a lot for your time, and that's all from my side. I hope you like this video. If you like, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for your time.